Please, you should know that.
Oh boy.
I've got you on my mind.
Ooh.
Your secret admirer. I've been watching you. I'm Nathan Simmons, and I've already had a few boots to drink.
I got some oatmeal, brown sugar, a little cinnamon, little peanut butter in there.
All the accoutrements.
Yeah.
And I'm Dustin Goes to Hollywood, and I look like a marvel. And this is the Silver Linings Playlist, a podcast that tries to find the silver lining in losing your best friend, your wife, and probably your son because you're just too awkward.
You can't fucking hang.
Yeah, awkward. Let's call it that. Not something more problematic.
Right, not malignant narcissism.
Jesus.
Not some deep bipolar psychosis that's happening.
I saw someone on Reddit call this borderline personality disorder the motion picture, and I think that's not too far off.
Okay, were you guys really that upset that I made you watch 365 Days?
Oh, man.
Is the implication that this is significantly worse than that?
It just feels like revenge.
Oh,
'cause
sure.
I know I'm in the minority, but I am not a Tim Robinson fan.
I had a feeling.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
That's perfectly acceptable.
I really dig this movie, but I have qualms. I have some qualms with the Tim Robinson thing as it's deployed in this and what we'll talk about as we go along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, you put a different actor in there and this movie shoots up for me.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, Eric Andre, come in. Let's replace Tim Robinson.
Honestly?
That movie might rip also.
Uh-huh.
I understand. I know that I Think You Should Leave is not to everybody's taste, and I totally get that. My loving wife hates that show so much.
His loving wife.
My loving wife.
you know what? I knew she was a good one.
We're just going to listen to your oatmeal mouth.
Yes, you are. I had to suffer through the fucking broke back beans.
That's totally fair. I find this movie to be fascinating for multiple reasons, mostly because I think it was sold as a cringe comedy, and it's more of a deeply upsetting character study about a man who doesn't realize that he's a malignant narcissist.
Yeah. No, this is the male version of Ingrid Goes West.
Oh my
I
God.
think.
It's just A24's I Love You Man.
Yep,
Yes,
yep.
you're not wrong. It's also it's what if Paul Rudd never got over the phase where he's just calling people Jobin. It's also the feature-length version of just the first I Think You Should Leave sketch where he refuses to acknowledge that the door only opens one way.
I had a feeling going into this because I don't think we've ever asked you outright, Mally, how you feel about Tim Robinson, but I had a feeling.
Oh, he's told us.
Oh, has he? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Well, and okay, so I think a big part of it is every time I see his name, I think of Tim Robbins.
Sure.
Yep.
And then get really disappointed when it's not Tim Robbins.
Sure.
I get that way with him and Craig Robinson, which
Yeah.
made it even worse because his character's name is Craig in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we talked about Christoph Waltz being a heavy spice in last episode of Frankenstein. I feel
Sure.
like Tim Robinson is equally a very heavy seasoning that you got to be very delicate with.
I just don't find screaming loudly funny, I guess.
Sure.
That's the stuff that I don't enjoy as much. I like the things that I like about Tim Robinson, which, by the way, if Christoph Waltz is the cumin of actors, then Tim Robinson is like the sriracha mayo of actors.
Oh, and I love me some sriracha mayo, I gotta be honest with you.
But I find the things that I find funny about his sensibility is the specificity with which he writes dialogue. Him and Zach Kanan write dialogue. The way that he phrases things where in 1,000 years, if I took 300 stabs at a script every single day, I would never come up with the order of the words that appear.
Yes.
Like what's the line in the line in like season 3 of I Think You Should Leave, where he says something to the effect of, my life is everything I was afraid of it would be, because for 90 seconds I thought there was monsters on the world.
Yep.
Like the way he says it is so funny to me that I would never think to write it in that order.
Yeah.
The screaming, I agree. It's the same thing that turns me off about a lot of about a lot of Will Ferrell stuff, about a lot of Jim Carrey's early work, is I don't find what makes me an anti-Sandler guy is I don't find yelling to be funny on its own. And I do think that there are moments in this movie where that's just meant to carry the day, unfortunately.
I think it works in like very small amounts.
Sure.
Like I think he doesn't go full I think you should leave in this movie to me. And in the little moments where he is screaming, I feel like it almost always hard cuts to the next scene, which I think is smart.
Sure.
Yeah, because even the fucking editor knew it was annoying.
I just think there is like you said, a specific way that he writes dialogue that I think is very funny because it is so slightly off the beaten path. Like it's not so crazy, but like, for example, I said in my intro, when he says there's a new Marvel out, or I look like a Marvel.
There's a new Marvel movie. There's I look like a Marvel is fucking crazy.
Yes. Like, it's such a very funny way of writing.
There's lines like that in the new Naked Gun as well. It's a very Lonely Island kind of sensibility as well that I appreciate. But circling back to my lovely wife hating I Think You Should Leave, she was intrigued by this movie. I won't say she loved it, but she was like, okay, I can sort of start to see value in this guy as a performer. That being said, she has a list of actors that she says give her Bodies in the Basement vibes, and he's like top of the heap. She's like, he terrified. It's him and Margaret Qualley, I think, are the top two right now.
Sure.
Ironically, I think he's the body in her basement.
Margaret Qualley has Tim Robinson. I mean, that's an R.L. Stine book. I've got Tim Robinson in my basement.
Yep. Netflix has already greenlit it. So if this is your first time tuning in, this is a very interesting episode, I would say could be someone's first time.
Yeah.
But if it is, we are the Silver Linings Playlist, and we watch movies such as the movie we're watching this episode, Friendship, that do not end on happily ever after notes. Things end a little bit concerning, I would say, at the end of this movie.
Sure.
The ending kind of recontextualizes a lot of the movie for me, when we'll talk about it when we get there. But we watch movies such as Friendship, and we try to find the silver lining for either the characters or the audience at the end of it by the time the credits start rolling. And this is Nathan's pick. Nathan, I don't even need to ask you why you picked this one. I know you have a love for Tim Robinson as much as I do, but why? Is there a specific reason you chose to do it now, or is it just because you had an empty slot on the calendar?
Yeah, this was one of the first ones I put on the schedule. I really dug this movie when it came out, and I was curious because you and I did an episode on like our favorite I Think You Should Leave sketches at one point. It was a bonus episode, and at that time Mally had mentioned that he wasn't a fan of I Think You Should Leave, and I wanted to see if it was possible that this movie would turn somebody around on it, and I guess I'm 45% success rate so far.
Nope.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair, and I don't begrudge you. I don't want you to think this was a punishment, because I truly, even if you don't like it, I think there's stuff to talk about here.
Oh, I have notes.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
totally.
I can't wait. No, I like that Mally is not a big fan of it, because I like having a counterpoint, because I know you and I are going to just say this part's funny, that part's funny.
Well, and I also am trying not to go into this episode doing that thing that has turned women away for decades, which is three men sitting around quoting a movie.
Quoting
I'm going
Anchorman
to try
or
my
Borat.
best not to do right.
Could you imagine some asshole saying my wife a bunch of times on a podcast?
Can you imagine that shit? My wife has told me I don't need to see
His wife.
Anchorman or Borat because I have been around boys.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
all of Tim Robinson's career, though, is just the people that jive with it. We're just quoting it, nonstop, which I get can be annoying.
It's earworms.
Yep.
and it's annoying as fuck.
Yep,
I
get it. See, this is the thing. I can't say this is a litmus test of if you are on the fence about Tim Robinson, this will change your mind one way or another. No, this is just more of kind of the same. I mean, the only difference here is we're dealing with a feature that has scenes that build upon one another, whereas sketches don't really do that.
And that's the stuff that I think is the drawback to this movie. Is I think some of his stuff, some of his deal wears thin over a long form story. I think a lot of his energy is best spent in sketch. I like this movie a lot, but I do think that there are moments where I'm like, this is a performance that works better in sketch. I felt that way about The Chair Company as well, which I think is a great show, but there are moments in that show where I'm like, maybe you need to dial this back just a little bit so I can sit with the reality of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it helps that like he's up against like Paul Rudd and Kate Mara and I'm blanking on the son's name. He was in It.
Yeah, that's Jack Dylan Grazer, yeah.
Yeah.
The three of them are fucking great.
Well, I saw someone compared this movie to like someone dropped Tim Robinson's characters from I Think You Should Leave into a family drama.
Yeah.
And we're seeing that dynamic play out, and I don't think that's too far from the truth.
And also the hot neighbor from Scream 6.
Yep.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah. Josh Segarra.
That was a fucking jump scare.
That was a pop that like, so he's on the other two, which is one of my favorite shows of the last few years. And he's kind of just seen as like the hottest and sweetest man that's ever lived on that show. And so when he shows up as the ex-boyfriend, I was like, that's perfectly weaponizing an actor's capabilities.
Yeah.
Like that made me laugh so hard when he showed up.
The moment he showed up, I was like, yeah, no, marry him.
Absolutely. Well,
like, get the fuck.
I think he's the son's real father.
Yep.
That's like, I think that's an unspoken thing in the movie.
Yep.
I read an interview with Andrew DeYoung, the writer-director, who said that he specifically sought out Kate Mara because she only does drama, basically. He's like, I want her to deliver a Kate Mara performance in the middle of this movie.
Yeah.
And she's incredible in this movie, I think.
She's good.
She's so fucking good.
Well, if you haven't seen Friendship, it does ask the age-old question, what if there was a friendship? And let's get into the info dump around it.
Dump it out.
I should also mention for people that are regular listeners of the show, JT is not here. Last I saw him, he was in the sewers.
In the sewer, yeah.
Yeah, he is sewer boy.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the movie is Friendship. The year is 2024.
Dealing with some trenches.
The director is Andrew DeYoung. He's mostly a TV director. He's directed episodes of FX's Dave, Pen 15, Our Flag Means Death, and Nathan, you'll appreciate this. He directed Would It Kill You to Laugh, the John Early and Kate Berlant special.
Oh, good.
What?
And his father is Andrew DeOld, right?
Boo!
The movie stars pretty much everyone we mentioned already. Tim Robinson, Paul Rudd, Kate Mara, Jack Dylan Grazer, Rick Worthy, and Whitmer Thomas. The budget of this movie, I really couldn't find reliable sources, but Collider says it was $15 million, which I feel like is pretty accurate.
Yeah.
No, it's A24. It was a tier film.
Right.
15 sounds about spot on.
And it made about $17 million worldwide gross, so it just kind of evened out, really. And currently has an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Fucking what?
That's got to be just the fans of Tim Robinson be like, yep, another banger, knocked out of the park.
I mean, just to like sort of steady myself, I read some negative reviews of the movie, and most of them were just like, why would anyone spend time with this man? And I was like, that's what the movie's about.
Yep. And I don't have a drink of the film, but I do have the meal of the film, which is something we dip into every once in a while.
I already said I had oatmeal.
It's, of course, the SEAL Team 6 lunch, which is a 4 rack of ribs, mac and cheese, Caesar salad.
22,000 calories.
Let's watch the trailer.
This is my wife's nightmare, seeing that man come up over a hill.
Oh no, I saw this trailer in theaters last year, and the moment his head popped up, I was like, fuck!
We're making him big now?
Honey, the new neighbor invited you over for a drink at 8 tonight. I said you'd go.
You don't know my schedule.
You sit there every night. Might be nice to have a pal, you know, a bud.
I did feel personally attacked by that line.
It's my neighbor Craig. He's the best. I was a spiral.
This movie fucks with me though, because like Paul Rudd has a mustache, so I'm like, I should be in.
Right.
But it's just so hard to be.
Did you see the character was named Brian in the script, and he said, I'll take the role if I can change the character's name because I'm gonna look and sound like Brian Fantana.
Yep. Yep.
I've been watching
We should put on Patreon the video of me dancing to this very drunk that I sent you guys last year.
I can see the future. It's full of pals. I'm on the edge of life, and the view is gorgeous.
I'm already laughing.
This was basically what it was like when you guys came to my wedding.
I mean, that's not wrong.
I don't wish to continue this friendship. You all accepted me way too fast. You can't do that.
I will say, one of my notes is I'm halfway through the movie and haven't laughed yet.
Oh, no. That's a bad sign for a comedy.
That's why you laughed at the old joke, because it was like, finally.
Humor. My next note was, fuck, I'm only halfway through this movie.
There's a new Marvel out that's supposed to be nuts. You should go see that.
What a great button.
I guess.
Man, no, I don't blame you, Mally, again, for not liking this movie. It is just more of the same. I fully stand by that.
I'll say I enjoyed it a little less on my second viewing because
really?
It was just like peek behind the curtain. I'm dealing with like some tremendous anxiety recently.
No reason in particular.
Everything's fine. And putting this movie on definitely didn't dissuade those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's interesting because the movie opens with a group of people talking through being in cancer remission. And we were introduced to Tim Robinson's character, Craig, who makes everything about himself.
Yeah.
Just a piece of shit immediately.
Yeah.
Like she's afraid of her cancer coming back and he's doing like little goofy voices and he's like, it's not going to come back. She's like, you can keep saying that, but like, I'm still terrified.
I think this is kind of a great way to start the movie because it shows you right away their personalities.
Yeah, she's a great person and he fucking sucks on every level and he should go jump off a fucking bridge.
I don't disagree, but I will say there is like some little, not microaggressions, but certainly like micro truths that get told here.
There's no subtlety to anything in this fucking movie.
I kind of disagree though. I kind of think like Kate Mara, cancer survivor. That's the first thing we know about her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the second thing she says with her husband sitting right next to her to a group of people is, and I finally got to orgasm again.
I haven't had an orgasm in a few years.
I haven't. You're right.
Will I ever orgasm again?
He just has to sit there and be like,
no, his response is, everything's really awesome. I'm orgasming fine.
I'm talking about before that. That's his response. Right. But like, there's that, and then she immediately also says, Devin makes me laugh, and she's like, that's my ex.
And he says he doesn't know who this is, even though she talks about him all the time.
I feel like there's both kind of like, they're almost sparring in this scene a little bit.
They are, but from her, the way that I felt was like, if you had been married to this man for 18 years, whatever, like... I think at some point it's all going to come spilling out every time you have to talk about your personal problems. Like,
that's fair.
Well, yeah, I have personal problems. It's this piece of shit right next to me.
Oh, I just want to make it clear. I am not defending Tim Robinson. What I'm saying is I think we're starting the movie and he is like almost hopelessly optimistic.
Yeah.
And like, oh, it's not coming back. Everything's going to be great. Everything's doing just fine.
I wouldn't even call him optimistic. He's just a moron.
Or denial, I think is maybe a better word too. He's in denial.
I think he needs everything to be fine because he is not equipped to deal with anybody else's problems. Like, I think that's something we see all the time. He's always kind of like... He's like gassing his kid up while not actually engaging with anything his kid cares about. Mm-hmm. He's sycophantic to everybody at work and this new friendship. He's like, oh yeah, I love drums. I love cars. That's so cherry. Like there's nothing like
real,
authentic about him. Yeah.
No, I don't think it's necessarily like toxic masculinity. I think it's more like just incompetence and like being devoid of having one's own thoughts, like you said, just picking up on what everyone else is saying and doing and just making that your personality. It is almost like a pathological like narcissism, like you talked about.
He also says at one point, I've spent my whole life doing nothing. And it feels like he's just sort of drifted into the position he's in now. And he just can't. He can't like step up at any point.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying though. Like I feel like the scene starts and we're like, she's already kind of had these moments of like self-reflection of like, is this really what I want to keep doing, as being married to this guy? And she's like halfway out the door, I feel like, at the beginning of the movie, and she's trying to make it work, but this guy is not making it easy on her.
Oh, she reads as, my child is 16 years old. In 2 years, when he's out of the house, I'm leaving this man.
Yep. But like, I will say, not to be such a downer about it, the look he gives this woman where he goes, I'm orgasmic fine, did get a big laugh out of me.
Sure.
Yeah, so there's been a reoccurring problem with the mail at their house. Packages keep getting dropped off that don't belong to them. So Craig, that's Tim Robinson, decides to take the package to the right address, which turns out to be his new neighbor down the street, Austin, played by Paul Rudd.
Who is wearing a bandana around his neck in the morning. It's like 7:30 in the morning, and this man is like fucking cool, dressed like the Marlboro Man.
Well, there's also something I think is unique about his style of comedy, too, which
Who
is...
fills up their fucking coffee that full?
I know. Well, that's one thing. But also, he makes use of the fine details. Like when he hands Austin the package and he goes, I didn't open it or anything, I know that's illegal. I'm like, that should be like unspoken, but the fact that he feels the need to say it, it makes me as the audience go, well, he probably did open it, right? Because why else would you say that?
But then you also see people trying to connect with him, and it just bounces off of him. Like he doesn't even realize that people are trying. Like someone goes, hey, Java King, and he just goes, you're a fucking moron. Like this is a deeply unpleasant man who doesn't realize he's deeply unpleasant. Like he gets home, he sees this couple that's just toured his house because he's trying to sell it. And he says, the house has good bones. Sorry, my wife's stuff was everywhere.
No.
Like right in front of her. And I'm just like, fuck you.
Yeah. She works, his wife, Kate Mara Tammy, is a small flower business owner, and she runs it out of her home. They also have a teenage son named Stevie, and Austin invites Craig over for drinks at his place that night. Here's the thing. We can all agree kissing your parents on the lips is disgusting, right?
That's my next note. He goes, and yeah, Craig's like, you guys kiss each other on the lips? And yeah, that's never really resolved, is it?
No, I mean, it's even grosser when they got a mouthful of nachos and you do that. And I love, Craig Robinson poking his head in. You guys kiss each other on the lips? God, going full Tom Brady with it. Just Frenching your kids.
He goes over to Austin's house and they just sit in awkward silence until Craig has an opportunity to brag on himself about getting the speed bumps put on the street. Like, that's the first thing you guys have said. Yeah.
The neighborhood used to be a racetrack before that.
And meanwhile, Austin is very performatively cool. Like you get hints as the movie goes along that he's also a loser. Like his job is pranking him. He's bought this like toupee to like cover his shame. And he always has to say things in a way that sounds cool. Like, what do you do for a living? And he goes, I pay those criminals at the bank by reporting on the weather.
Real glimpse into the future, huh, there, Nathan?
Sure.
Sorry, JT's not here, so someone's getting it.
No, I get it. It's fair.
He also pulls out like this, like this handcrafted axe that like Native Americans use or something. Like, this is a weird thing to just take out on the first time you're hanging out with somebody, right? And like having this speech prepared.
Isn't this cool?
Yeah, it's very strange.
I don't know. That was actually a pretty relatable moment for me.
I mean, it's me when people come over and I'm like, you want to see all my old records?
Yeah. Like, I got knives hidden all over this apartment. Like, if someone finds one, like, I'm going to talk about it with them.
On the director's commentary, Connor O'Malley is also on the track. And he says, so you guys just thought no one else had seen Uncut Gems? You thought you could just do that?
I love the line, too, because Austin goes, I got a product you might like. And fucking Craig goes, a porno mag? I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
He's trying to be cool.
Yeah. And then, they're just like hanging out, and they head out to this thing because Austin's like, hey, you want to see something cool? And then we immediately get a Slipknot needle drop, which was very funny.
That blew my mind. I don't know that I've thought about Wait and Bleed in like a decade.
Yeah, this is like Saw 3 or whatever came out.
Right.
But yeah, he takes Craig to this cool spot he knows about, which is like an old aqueduct that he says can lead them inside City Hall.
Which, didn't he just move there?
That's what it seems to be.
How did he find this so fucking quickly?
I know. Oh, yeah.
I had this question too. So I think he lived. So there was a couple of questions about where people live. Because at one point they're in the same house and Tim Robinson says, I got to give your mom the tour. And it's like, you guys live here.
Yeah.
I think he moved from elsewhere in town, right? Because his job's not new. He's been on the news.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But it's not clear. Because I had the same question. I was like, man, this guy's been just spelunking like every night since he moved.
Yeah. Yeah, this aqueduct, like I said, it leads to the inside of City Hall, and they get on the roof of City Hall and they're drinking beers, and they're kind of are like genuinely bonding here. Like, even though
it raises my question, are you fellas going to the sewers with a new friend?
No, not with a new stranger. No,
me neither.
I barely want to go with you guys.
That's my me time.
Yeah,
that's where I get to blow up all my red balloons and just be myself.
Yeah, we don't all float down here. I float down here.
I float.
Get the fuck out.
I float.
Then I drink a root beer float. It's awesome.
This is where we get the first of Craig screaming because he's not able to jump up on this ledge, and he's like screaming like he's in pain, which I do think is kind of funny.
That actually did make me laugh.
Yeah.
I rolled my eyes so hard it gave me a headache.
I also identified with them seeing the cutout of the mayor and him yelling, oh my God, I thought that was a guy.
Yeah.
Because I do this every day. I think I see a guy. Like I don't know what my problem is, but every pile of laundry is a little man. Every hat rack is a stranger. I'm a very anxious boy.
I could take that one step further. I live in this house with my wife who will, to be in the kitchen, and I'll round a corner and she will scream as if I am an intruder. I'm like, I also live here. You know that, right?
I do that to Ashley. Like, she comes out of the bathroom and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing in there? It's fun.
And then, they're on the roof drinking beers, and Austin invites Craig to come watch his band play.
Mm-hmm.
Craig mentioning the best parts of having an office, though, I thought were really funny, where he's like, I can eat whatever I want. Something big and messy, something embarrassing, something I don't want anyone to see, something that stinks.
Something that stinks.
Again, it's the way he writes dialogue that we could have stopped like 4 sentences ago and we got it, but it keeps going.
This is the kind of dude that microwaves fish.
I was thinking the same thing.
Mally, that was literally just about to say that. Like, that this guy absolutely, it's so weird for him to be self-aware for once, because this is a guy who definitely like puts salmon in the microwave.
Yeah. Puts like frozen tilapia in a bag of broccoli in the microwave.
Old tilapia with a side of broccoli.
Yep.
And he just pops that bitch in for 45 seconds to a minute.
Yep.
Look, I did that one time because it was the only thing I had to bring to work with me, and I knew what I was doing. I was like, yeah, I guess
eat it cold.
Yeah.
Eat it cold.
Or go somewhere else. Go in your car.
Get it raw.
Get it raw and wriggling.
Take it outside, let it sit in the sun for like 10 minutes.
Throw it on a rock like Cousin Eddie.
Yes. This movie would be so much better if Cousin Eddie was like the third friend. Like, oh, I brought you a package. Oh, thanks, man. Shitter's full. It'd be so much better.
So Craig gives Austin some advice, and he's like, hey, you should ask for a promotion at work, and he does.
Yeah. We learned that Austin's band is called Mayor Nichols Sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the cut to Kate Mara looking like scandalized.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, this is a real punk band.
Yeah. Craig and Tammy go and see Austin perform with this pop punk band, and Craig imagines himself playing drums on stage with Austin. I like that he's just standing in the middle of this bar with a full basket of like nachos. Like, no one comments on it. He doesn't eat them. He's just holding them.
I've done that. I like food at a concert is a bad idea, but I've done it.
Never a good call, but sometimes, big dog gotta eat.
Exactly.
But it's like a fully loaded nachos. They're spilling out the basket.
Oh no. Like that. I mean, that's like cheese, beans, meat, jalapeno.
Well, and this place has that rule where like if 2 people order nachos, like one person can't hog all the meat and stuff, right? I hope. I'd see this band.
They're not bad. They're not that bad.
They were pretty good.
Literally the one moment I locked in on this movie.
was Paul Rudd shredding.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing his best Lemmy impression.
So Craig works for a marketing company, and the next day, Austin calls him up and tells him to ditch work so they can go on an adventure, which turns out to be finding edible mushrooms in the forest.
This is literally just I Love You, Man.
It is like the audacity to cast Paul Rudd in the dark I Love You, Man remake is kind of wild.
I love you, ... man.
Yeah, basically. Austin announces he did get the morning news shift after taking Craig's advice, and Craig envisions a future where he and Austin are best friends, even surviving a post-apocalypse together.
Sure.
This shit's wild.
The neighborhood would be a racetrack without you.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, Austin being performatively cool. He's like, yeah, I don't have a cell phone. I don't. And later on, we find out that's not true. Of course he has a cell phone. He has to exist in the world.
Yeah.
Anytime someone tells me like I don't have a cell phone, I don't watch TV, I just want to tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah,
like,
who
you think
gives
you're
a
better
shit?
than me?
I've never seen a Star Wars. Okay, I don't give a shit. Kill yourself, brother. As past guest once said.
We gotta have him back. We gotta have Drew back.
Maybe we'll do Attack the Clones one day. We'll bring him back.
There you go.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So the next morning, Craig is up cooking the mushrooms that he and Austin found, and he's listening to the same Slipknot track, which I thought was funny.
And he says, yeah, I like punk music. And
punk music.
I know, but she also goes, you don't listen to music.
Yep. He also offers to wake his wife up in the morning by going down on her. The sentence, "Can I wake you up with a lick?" I was like, Jesus Christ.
That's fucking crazy. This is the season of eaters, and this is the one that I did not care for.
Oh my God.
You can almost see like a glimmer of hope in her eyes too. Like, oh my God, this man is fully changed.
He's cooking mushrooms. He's listening to Slipknot. He likes oral.
He's trying to go down on me. He stopped listening to DJ Khaled and put on Slipknot instead.
That's right.
Oh, man.
And he didn't have to do the oral, but he did.
Those three things are in order of importance.
I like the little pinhole transition on Craig's face, too. It does this a couple of times in the movie where, like, the circle closes up on his face. I thought that was pretty fun.
I thought that was such a bizarre choice. Like, it felt like a sketch choice.
Well,
like, I don't get it in the context of this movie.
Oh, well, they do it a couple of times. I think maybe my favorite is when he gets up off the drum set after the Conor O'Malley moment.
Yes.
And it just has the grindcore.
Yeah.
I did think that was funny. But yeah, Craig heads over to Austin's again, where they're having drinks with Austin's other friends.
Councilman Jam from Parks and Recreation.
And Craig is clearly uncomfortable with the idea of Austin having friends beside him, and he doesn't hide it well because he bumps into a closed glass door that, of course, shatters moments later. And that, ironically, breaks the ice for the rest of the guys, and they start to bond a little bit.
I could see JT doing that.
Yep.
Like walking through a glass door and then just being like, so what's up, everybody? How'd y'all meet? Like, I could absolutely see him doing that. I also, like, I identified with him saying, like, trying to psych himself up before he goes in. He goes, you're smart. You have a good job. You're a friggin' prince. And I feel like I do that every time I leave the house.
So here's the thing. The movie wants you to just think, man, Craig is just so fucking weird and creepy.
Mission accomplished.
I gotta tell you, though, when they go to the garage and one of the guys just out of nowhere decides to start singing Ghost Town DJ's My Boo, my balls shriveled up. That, I would argue, is more uncomfortable than anything Craig has done.
Is it because you don't like people singing to you, or is it because it comes out of nowhere?
That's number one, but also it's the full commitment, because he's not doing it as just a joke. He is like, he's got some vibrato in his voice. He's smart. Like, this is a thing they do. This is bizarre.
He's trying to connect to him. Absolutely. And it comes after a story that this guy Garrett is telling about his daughter, who's like a C cup, and he gets nervous, like shopping for bras with her.
Oh yeah, one of the guys is like, she's so busty. I'm like, what the fuck?
And then the response is to sing My Boo to this man.
This is, again, I would make the argument that every dude in this movie damn near is just as fucking disturbed as Craig is.
In their own different ways.
Yes.
I am regretting that we didn't sing this at my wedding. There was karaoke. There was an opportunity.
Yeah, all we did was just sing Dick in a Box or whatever. Mother Lover, whatever song me and Mally did.
Yeah.
Did we ever post that on the Patreon, you and Mally singing Mother Lover? Okay, good.
I think we did.
What is it, dog?
I forgot it's Mother's Day.
But the guys get a little drunk and begin playfully sparring with boxing gear on, but Craig takes it a bit too far.
Yeah.
Punches Austin a little too hard, and he tries to play it cool, but decides to, quote unquote, lightheartedly punish himself by eating a bar of soap. And as you would expect, it does not go over well.
Well, so here's the thing. Austin punches him directly in the face like 3 times before he gets a shot in.
Yeah.
And then everyone's just like, man, you're ridiculous. That's too much.
Yeah.
And then, Craig doubles down on it by putting soap in his mouth and saying, "I'm a bad boy. I'm sorry."
I'm sorry. Mally, what'd you think about this moment?
It's so uncomfortable. Like, this was the point where Ashley was like, I don't think I can finish the movie.
Yeah, this is, again, I don't think the blame lies solely on Craig taking this too far. Because, like, again, he's almost just kind of right when he says, you guys accepted me too fast later on in the movie. Because, like, this is, nobody knows this guy. Austin barely knows this guy. And then to have the nerve to punch him pretty hard.
That's the thing. I wouldn't take this man into the sewers. Like, I'd be more worried about what he's going to do to me in private,
yes,
you know?
Yes. But the next morning, Craig tries calling Austin, but gets his voicemail instead. And instead of, taking the hint, he decides to stop by Austin's job.
Yeah. And I think Rudd is so good in this scene.
Oh, yeah.
He's trying to talk to the camera and he's like looking off to the side. He notices Craig. He's really uncomfortable. I think he's phenomenal in this scene.
Oh, the switch is flipped here because, like he pulls his phone out and Craig goes, you have a phone? He goes, of course I have a phone. After, like you said, bragging about not having one earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's clearly being like bullied at work too, much like how Craig is by his coworkers. And then, Craig can't take the hint when he's like, hey, what are you doing after this? I'm going to go to Rick's bar and try this new thing. They've got a lunch called the SEAL Team 6 lunch.
SEAL Team 6 lunch.
So it's what the guys ate after they killed Osama bin Laden. It's 22,000 calories. God, it's funny.
Why would that be a lunch?
I don't
know. What the fuck?
I also love that he's about to do this like golfing segment, so he puts on like this little sweater vest, and they have this little kid that comes up, and Craig just goes, "Oh, you dressed like a little doll? You want to smoke a cigarette with us?"
So weird.
It's so bizarre.
The SEAL Team 6 thing.
Uh-huh.
Do you guys go in for any of those like meal challenges?
Oh.
Like whenever you go to a restaurant and they're like, "Oh, we've got the finish this pizza in 8 minutes and you get it for free," or whatever. And
Fuck
I'm just like,
no.
Is it worth the diarrhea I have for the next week?
No, but it's mainly just because I eat slow as fuck.
Oh, well, you savor.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I guzzle food. That's my problem. And my problem would be if I don't finish it all, I'm not fucking paying for that shit. I'm dipping. I got to tell you, that's the one time I will dine and dash. If you bring me like 20 hot dogs and like, you got an hour to finish this, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna eat 19 up to the 59-minute mark and then I'm gonna run.
I used to really enjoy watching Man vs. Food until I read an interview with that guy where he's just like, my fucking guts are destroyed.
Oh, I'm sure.
My asshole hurts all the time.
I'm sure.
That's why nowadays he just sticks to like being one of the guys on those weird History Channel shows.
Right, yeah.
Like I was watching like historical mysteries with Danny Trejo or some shit like that, and it just cuts to fucking Adam from Man vs. Food. Was like, this motherfucker knows about the pyramids? Like, what the shit?
He does. You wouldn't believe the barbecue sauce that they put on those mummies. Like the third season of Man vs. Food is all team challenges because he's like, I shouldn't do this to a person, let alone me.
I'll tell you the best that's ever come of people doing any kind of challenges when it comes to eating food, and it's that one episode of Review.
Oh my God.
Where Andy Daly's character has to eat 10 pancakes.
Yes.
He does. And then he's like, I would give that like 1 star. This next challenge in that episode is, what's it like to get a divorce? And then the third challenge of that episode is, what's it like to eat 30 pancakes? It's the funniest 30 minutes of television I've ever seen. God damn, it's so good.
God, that show's so good. You know who else is great? This kid who plays the Tony at the cell phone store.
Where do I know him from? He looks so familiar. I could not place him.
I thought he was the boyfriend from David Gordon Green's Halloween, but he's not.
He is Billy Brick, B-R-Y-K.
Okay.
He is in Ghostbusters Afterlife. He is in Winona Earp. And I'm just looking. He hasn't done much. Oh, he's in Saturday Night. He plays Carl. I don't know who Carl is.
Carl.
Wait, so I paid this dude?
Hang on.
Hang Dog Man.
Hey, Nog Man. Did you? And you always, whenever you sign a check, you usually write, please don't work with Tim Robinson on each one of them.
That's
right?
in the memo line.
Yeah, on every single one.
Wow, you have to audit this guy. You got to audit this motherfucker.
I'm looking this dude up. Hold the fuck on.
So Craig decides to get a new phone because he dropped his in the mud earlier. And he is rebuffed by the teenage salesman when asked if he wants to hang out. But Craig is also ecstatic about the new drum kit he ordered arriving at home. Because, he said he always wanted to learn drums, and Austin says you should learn it. But that was before their awkward falling out.
He comes home and Tammy's trying to steady herself with a meditation podcast, and he's just like, I got fucking drums. And he's like slamming them around. I'm like, yeah, this guy is a nightmare.
Oh, there is a moment, because the editing here is so good, where like he is just staring at her in the eyes, banging
Punching
on
the
the
drum.
and it just hard cuts to him at Austin's house.
Yeah, it's good.
It's really good. Yeah, he wheels over his entire drum kit in a little like wagon, but Austin breaks up with them because of how strange Craig is, which is obvious.
Yeah. And, you know, if you're going to break up with a guy who's scaring you, the worst time to do it is when you're dressed like a little medieval fancy man.
I know.
Austin's wearing this Renaissance get up because he was told that he's covering a Renaissance fair for the news. And when we see him on the news later, it turns out he was being pranked.
Yep.
He's just at the mall dressed like fucking Falstaff for no reason.
Uh-huh. There is something relatable, though, I think, about being middle-aged and finding it hard to relate to people your own age when you're strangers. So there is a bit of sympathy I have for Craig in this movie.
Right.
It's hard to have anything further than that about his character. But like, I mean, we're all in our late 30s, early 40s, and I feel like if you told me, go out.
Not yet, motherfucker.
Go out and make new friends, I don't know where I would start. I don't know how you would do that now.
Making friends as an adult is terrifying. You have to start a podcast.
Yeah.
And even then, you don't always get friends.
Yeah.
Because my first question would be, who'd you vote for? And then that would be, it'd be very difficult to extend out from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I don't do the bar crawls anymore, because I go to each bar and I say, who did you vote for? And then I order a drink. It's also very clear that Austin and his wife have talked about Craig, because when she opens the door, she is immediately like creeped out by him.
Yeah.
Like she's giving him a side eye. And she basically tells Austin, like, you got to take care of this.
Yeah, get rid of this fucker. I also like when he goes home and he's watching the news segment of him at the mall, that there is a Subway ad to the left of the video.
Uh-huh.
I think that's very funny. Good foreshadowing about to happen there.
Well, and meanwhile, Kate Mara is going through this existential crisis where she's looking at a flower and she's like, doesn't this tell you that like God exists?
Yeah.
There's some higher power, looking out for us. And he's just watching videos on his phone.
Of a guy that clearly wants nothing more to do with him. It's very sad. So Craig tries bonding with his son Stevie the same way Austin bonded with him, including eating mushrooms they find out in the woods again. But what you know it, Craig picked the wrong one and is not doing so good.
He vomits violently into a cup. Which I've done before, and it's scary because you see it filling up and you're like, I don't know what to do.
I don't know if this cup's going to hold all of this. Yeah.
And then I don't know if you caught this, but right before it cuts to the next scene, he says, Jesus Christ, there's fucking blood in it.
Yep. Sure did. This scene's wild. The little man, the like Asian older man on the little like motorized pig. He's like, oh, that guy was flying.
I fucking hate those things. I worked in the mall for a few years, and the number of people who would just ride those around through stores and like knock shit over. It's like a purge that we're all fine with. Like, I don't understand.
I do hate those things too, but that guy's going like maybe 2 miles an hour. Yeah, his little aside of like he was flying on that pig.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. So yeah, he's at work the next day and he tries bonding with his coworkers here too. And man, it's so weird having bullies at work when you're in your 40s. Like this is so... I'm sure it happens, but it's just so fucking weird to think about that.
It absolutely happens.
Yeah. So Craig, again, he's trying to find any outlet to be, anyone that can be a friend with him. He's looking for them. And so he invites his coworkers over who clearly hate him for drinks that Friday night. And he tries impressing them, again, the same way Austin did with the little handcrafted axe with this tiny little sword that he clearly got off of like Amazon.
He says this is a sword from like the Crusades.
Yeah.
It's absolutely not.
It's like a paperweight. And he's like, man, this could be like a knight going out in the field with this thing. And it's like maybe like a 5-inch knife.
Right. They point at the drums and one of them says, are those your wife's drums? They look like no one's touched them, bitch. Which is like a really wild little aggression. But it's my fear anytime someone comes over and they see that I have a guitar. Yep. I was like, yeah, I played it in Rent. I only know one song.
Yeah, as you imagine, they just ridicule him, and they asking to play the drums. And the whole time they're talking about, quote unquote, the new Marvel that just came out.
Yeah.
And Craig, who hasn't seen it, it's like, nah, don't spoil it for me. But eventually he does kick them out when they spoil something that Thanos did. He took a potion or something. I missed what exactly it was.
When Thanos drank the elixir. There's also an implication that Hulk is bad at playing the drums, which I think he would be.
Yeah, I do think he would be. Absolutely. But the next day at work, Craig is asked to help modernize the mayor's re-election campaign. And he's like, I think I'm going to be a lone wolf on this one.
Right.
Which we'll come back to later in a scene that I do like.
Well, they've sabotaged his key card so he can't get inside during a downpour.
Yeah.
And everyone's just kind of making fun of him, including his boss,
Yep.
who's just like, Jesus Christ, Craig. Like, there's no empathy for this man. And
No.
it makes you wonder how much of his behavior is due to that and how much of it is them reacting to the way he's always been, right? Like, where does it start and where does it end?
A little column A, a little column B, I think. I think it's a
Yeah.
mutually assured destruction is what's happening here.
Is this what it's like being on a podcast with me?
I mean,
No, absolutely. No.
I'd buy both of you a van if you were nicer to me.
Oh, man. Well, let me straighten up my tie here. Hold on.
Oh, there you go.
Nathan, you looking good, man.
Thank you. Oh my God.
Hey, wait a minute.
Someone's getting a Subaru Outback.
This is bullshit because I got to pull up hold on. For the record, I just want to let you know, Mally also once said this.
DC, you a good looking dude. Yeah, no, you a good looking dude.
So where is the lie, Mally?
Wow, you pulled that? Incredible.
Where's the lie?
Cowabunga, dude.
I mean, have you looked in the mirror recently?
You're right. It's looking sad. It's looking pretty bad. You know what happened? I ate the SEAL Team 6 lunch one too many times.
A couple days in a row.
A few too many times, brother. Once was too many.
So another package arrives for Austin at Craig's house, and Craig decides to return it, although Austin is at home. So what does he do? The normal thing. He breaks in through the plastic sheet that's now covering the broken glass door that he broke, and he lurks around what he thinks is Austin's empty home.
He sits in a chair. He plays with a guitar. He cleans a bowl in the sink.
He does the man's dishes.
It's like a single white female sequence. It's really like he's a few minutes away from putting on this man's pants.
He's like channeling Glenn Close in Fatal Attraction, man. This is scary shit.
Absolutely. This man has boiled at least one bunny in his life.
One bunny, at least. But he starts rummaging through Austin's things, and he finds a box with a golden pistol in it.
Yeah.
And he rushes out of there when he realizes Austin and his wife are indeed both home. So he inadvertently runs out with the gun still in tow.
And do you notice Austin has a whole section in his office that's just old ribbons and medals? Like that guy just needs affirmation every day. You're a good looking dude, DC.
Thank you.
He also has a book on ayahuasca that like inspires him to try psychedelics in a little bit.
Well, I feel like these medals are like what you get from like toddler Tai Chi or like I think this is the kind of guy that would collect all that from childhood and like brag about it to people.
Oh, I still have certificates of like best actor in my junior year production of Into the Woods.
I don't have it anymore, but I definitely would have put up in my office this placard I got from like 8th grade where I was the winner of like the Future Business Leaders of America and like the like 2004 or whatever.
And look at you now. You're the head of this
mildly successful podcast.
Hey.
Yeah. Took quite a while, but here we are. I think the fact that the box
took a while.
says storms are coming is goddamn priceless.
I missed that. That's really funny.
And of course, I got to call it out anytime I see it. The absolutely terrible trigger discipline here.
Oh, sure. He's holding it by the trigger and just runs out of the room.
Yeah. So before they're falling out, Austin had invited Craig and his wife over for dinner. So Craig, thinking fast, fakes a phone call with Austin where he quote unquote announces that Austin's wife has diarrhea. And he goes, I'm going through a bout of it myself.
Really bad case of diarrhea.
His wife is upset that Craig doesn't listen to her since he never seems to remember who Devin is. So in an attempt to rekindle their relationship, he says, you know what, why don't you and I go out and we're going to go on an adventure. And he takes her to the aqueduct that Austin showed him.
If I'm this woman, I think he's going to murder me.
Yeah. I've seen Dateline. This is exactly how it starts. But yeah, Tammy is rightfully not thrilled by the idea of walking around a fucking sewer at night, and she decides to leave Craig alone in the tunnels where he seems to get lost for a little bit.
And again, like Kate Mara, really great in this movie. You see the moment where she's just like, I'm not following you anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you see it in her face, like, I'm gonna find my own way out, or I'll die down here. Fuck it.
Yeah.
At least I'm not married to you anymore. Like that, you see all of that without a word.
And it's all bathed in red lighting, so that gives you the immediate mood right away.
Well, because Gabriel from Malignant is in there.
Have you guys ever like went, not necessarily in a sewer, but have you ever been into like a place that you're not supposed to be? Like I have a story I'll tell in a minute, but like, yeah, like have you guys ever explored anything that you're not supposed to be in?
Used to go swimming in the local high school at like 3 a.m. because we figured out how to get in.
That's cool.
I mean, no, we didn't.
Almost 20 years ago, I snuck into an abandoned amusement park in Panama City Beach, and that was a trip.
That's cool.
Yeah. Terrified the entire time.
I mean, when we were there for Nathan's wedding, I mean, I watched him sleep.
Oh,
Nathan almost got taken aback by that.
You're the Hat Man?
Wait, you're not supposed to remember it.
I broke into an abandoned hospital once with a few friends when we were in our early 20s.
Holy shit.
We got lost for a bit, and I gotta tell you, that shit was terrifying.
Why did we do these things?
I don't know.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I look back, I'm like, did I think I was invincible?
Yes.
Like, because I know I was scared at the time. I was like, yeah, someone's gonna call the cops. I'm scared, but I still did it. And now I'm like, I don't even want to give incorrect change like at a toll booth. Like,
well, the thing was
like,
like,
what the fuck?
we were like, let's get some beers. Let's just go hang out in this abandoned hospital. It's pretty cool. And you know, in hindsight, all I could have thought we would have ran into is probably like maybe an aggressive homeless person. Like,
Sure.
I think it's gonna got real bad in there, you know. Or, God forbid, like some fucking, you know, needles they left behind, anything.
Pyramid Head
Could have grabbed me, ripped my skin off with one hand. God. So yeah, Craig returns home where he's greeted by the police and Austin, who accuses Craig of breaking into his home. And Craig tells the police his wife is trapped in the sewers, which sets off a search party. Man, when they're both down in the sewers and, you know, he's like, attempted trespassing. No, it's not trespassing. It's an adventure. I was showing my wife a fun night. We beat cancer. And then he turns to Austin and goes, how are you doing? You look really good. I was like, God, the man don't miss.
He does. He can't stop. And he's trying to be cool the whole time too. He's like, he points at Austin because they try to arrest him for trespassing. He goes, this fucker showed me.
Yeah.
He called you guys fucking pigs.
Dude.
Like he turns on him at the first opportunity.
When he goes, he called you pigs. It's really fucking funny to me.
I guess.
But yeah, so the police do end up arresting Austin and Craig since they both confessed to breaking into City Hall, and they're in this jail cell. This is a new low for Paul Rudd's character here.
Yeah, he's gonna take a selfie with the cops,
Mhm.
and he finally tries to attack Craig, which
Yeah.
I think we've all been waiting for.
Yep.
He trips and falls, and his toupee falls off, and
Wow.
Craig covers for him.
Just to make this even worse, he not just trips and falls, he slips on piss.
Oh yeah, he yells piss, right?
Yeah, and he lands with his dirty hands on the prison cell floor.
Yeah.
And then his toupee falls off in front of Craig. So like we see him at a very low point.
I think I'd kill myself.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't think I'd mind doing it. Like
Yeah.
at this point.
Isn't that bar already kind of low for you?
Yeah, the bar is low.
Sorry, Nathan.
I'm very anxious. But this hair is all natural, baby.
I know I combed it while you were sleeping.
But they're both bailed out and Craig returns home.
Yeah.
And after seeing some of his wife's flowers on the table, he has kind of a moment of reflection. He breaks down and sobs here on the floor.
It's the most human moment of the movie.
Yeah.
It does do that thing where so he sees this flower that his wife was looking at earlier. He collapses crying. And it does do that thing where like we don't see his face. And I'm pretty convinced Tim Robinson can't cry on camera. It's a nice visual. There's also, did you guys notice that Steve like shoulder checks his girlfriend?
Yes. Yes, he sure does.
I noticed that too.
That was really weird, right?
Well, it's also funny because at this point, I don't know if he has the second girlfriend that we come to find out yet, but
You don't just like shoulder check your wife when you're walking by her sometimes?
No, not usually.
Okay.
Not unless she won't stop.
this first girlfriend, I just saw her in.
I'm kidding. I love you.
Love you too, man. Oh, that was for Ashley.
This first girlfriend I just saw in I watched If I Had Legs I'd Kick You last night with Rose Byrne, and she is in that movie. Man, this girl is so frustrating.
She's in Honora too, isn't she? This actress, doesn't she have like a small role in that?
Think so, yeah.
Maybe she's in that FX TV show, English Teacher or whatever. I think that's what she's maybe most known for. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird moment, and we I guess Steve just lets his girlfriend move in because we see her in the mornings now for a while.
Yeah, and Craig is so emasculated at this point. He can't be like, hey, you're a teenager, you cannot have your teenage girlfriend move in.
He says, replaced your mother already? Just kidding. Congratulations. God. He can't. He's such an asshole.
Yeah. So the next day at work, Craig is giving his presentation to the mayor. I know. With his co-workers in tow, and it turns out that they also prepped a presentation, and he is completely outdone by theirs, and he decides to lash out. He threatens to beat the shit out of the mayor.
He calls him a cow. He goes, how about this for your new slogan? Coward, pig, fuck.
And of course, he is promptly fired.
Which I think that's JD Vance's platform, right?
Yep,
Coward,
I think
pig,
so.
fuck. Yeah, okay.
I think so. Significantly less eyeliner on Tim Robinson, though, in this movie. Yeah. And so the police do find Tammy. She's back home. And I do got to say, before we get out of the scene, though, with the mayor, him saying I look like a marvel when they show him on the screen is very fucking funny.
There's something that's so funny about another character speaking like Tim Robinson.
Yeah.
When someone else is somehow absorbed into the insanity, I think that works.
I think that's why The Chair Company is kind of a successful show, because that show, yes, Tim Robinson is crazy, but almost every single person in that show is, other than maybe Lake Bell and his daughter, are equally as crazy. And I think that is a smart decision.
Oh my God, Sophia Lillis is unbelievable on that show.
She sure is. She sure is.
Yeah, so he comes home to his wife and immediately complains about how hot it is in there.
Dude.
His wife is in shock. She's still got the little reflective blanket on.
She's got a dirty face. She's clearly was down in that sewer for a while.
She's drinking tea that her son made for her, and he's just oh, that tea's so good after a bite of fudge. Be a person for 5 seconds.
Such a crazy thing to say.
And then she's like, we're going to have people over tonight. And she had to have called all of these people on the ambulance ride home.
Dude,
there's 100 people at this house.
I think when she called all the guests, she's having a party for her returning home. I guarantee when she called everyone, she said, no, don't worry, Craig will be banished to the basement. Don't worry, he won't be here.
Yeah, Craig's gonna be playing with his drums in the garage.
Yeah.
And then this scene is fucking crazy.
Mally, how do you feel about Connor O'Malley? Do you feel similar about him as you do Tim Robinson?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay. It's this guy right here that mocks him for leaving his wife in the fucking...
Connor O'Malley, I think he's a comedic genius, but he also makes me incredibly uncomfortable because he is one of those guys who will do anything for a laugh. He is an Eric Andre type where he will go out on the street and antagonize people and film it, and sometimes it's funny and sometimes I'm you should be behind bars.
I think he is perfectly executed in this movie. We get just enough of him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't these kind of comedians just aren't for me, I guess.
That's understandable. That's perfectly fine.
One of my favorite comedians is fucking Jimmy Carr.
Love Jimmy Carr.
Who I don't think has ever yelled.
That's fair.
Sure. Very, very soft-spoken. Yeah.
Also, I gotta say, for anyone listening, you notice how we're not jumping down Mally's throat for not liking a comedian? You see how that works?
Yeah, you could just have a conversation.
Yeah.
Twitter.
Internet, please come for me, you fucking idiots.
You don't have to get mad that people don't like Joe Rogan.
O'Malley loves Joe Rogan.
Oh,
we should throw that out. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I fucking hate you.
Me too. I also hate me, but I also hate Joe Rogan.
Hashtag me too. He also hates Joe Rogan.
Hashtag I also hate Joe Rogan.
I hate fucking Joe Rogan defenders too. They're he used to always be really smart. No, he fucking wasn't.
He's got some really good points if you just listen. It's no, he fucking doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Fucking doesn't.
Everything he says starts with, I think I read one time.
Yeah. And then when proven wrong, he goes, well, you can't trust everything.
Oh, that's interesting.
Which is also bullshit, because he can't fucking read.
No.
Yeah. Anyway,
fuck you, internet.
I also want to throw out that Conor O'Malley scene on the Blu-ray. There's an extended 11-minute version of that sequence that is
I gotta see that.
It's kind of interminable, but they start eventually arguing about how he should go to prison. And he's like, I wish you were in fucking Arkham Asylum. And they start arguing about whether or not Arkham has gin pop or if it's just like only supervillains. And it's kind of the funniest thing I've seen all year.
God.
Oh, I will say the closest I got to laughing in this movie, there was one moment that made me kind of go, huh.
Oh, please.
And it's when he's talking about how he bought a green drum set to match Paul Rudd's guitar, which is clearly like red and orange sunburst.
Yeah.
That's the one subtle thing in this movie, because it's like, oh, he's also colorblind. Great.
That's a great point.
I gotta tell you, Conor O'Malley has my favorite line of the movie, which we're about to get to. But like, as soon as he enters, I'm already laughing because I already know it's coming. But
the reveal of him, this is our second Conor O'Malley movie because he's the guy that shows up at the end of Bodies also.
Yes. He's the missing friend,
which is like a perfect usage of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get introduced to Devin, who is at the party giving a speech.
Oh, sorry. Can I just say one thing real quick about the basement scene?
Yes, please.
I do think it's funny because it starts off like, oh my God, Tim Robinson has found someone that is like him that he could be friends with. Like,
yes.
They hit it off immediately. They started talking about music and the 70s and the junket.
Yeah, I love the 70s. Yeah.
And then it's just like, immediately he's like, oh, about how you ditched your wife.
Yeah, how does it feel to be a piece of shit?
Yes.
I wish I could be just even a non-sexual partner to your wife. She's so beautiful.
She's so beautiful. You piece of shit. I gotta tell you, the amount of times the word wife was getting thrown around here, I was getting triggered. I gotta tell
sorry,
you.
but hashtag triggered. So Devin tells us that Kate Mara is incredible because she's a woman, she's a wife, and then he puts his arm around Stevie and says she's a mother.
Ooh.
And I'm like, this man is Steve's dad.
Yep,
like that is 100% what we were meant to take away from this, right?
Absolutely. And this, to me, is the peak of cringe comedy because when he gets up on the chair and he's like, let's start a parade for Tammy, and no one joins in, and he goes so far as to walk out of the house doing this little parade bit, this is uncomfortable.
It's awful.
Man. But I will say,
Conor O'Malley gives a speech.
Dude, when he gets him off on the chair, I was already laughing, but then when it cuts to Craig outside, and you just hear Conor O'Malley going, and finally, I just want to say, we should still be in Afghanistan. I don't know why we pulled out the way we did.
And everyone applauds.
I fell off my couch. Oh my God.
Fucking crazy. So weird.
So the next morning, Craig turns on the TV to see his wife is on the news with Austin, and it's clear that they're hitting it off. And man, this sucks because like he calls his wife, and it's one thing to call your wife and leave a voicemail, but then to say your full name as you leave a voicemail.
I said my fucking last name to you. Yeah.
And it's even worse if your wife picks up the phone later on because she comes back and she answers the phone and she says, "Hi, hun," and it's not you on the other end of that line.
Right.
Bull.
Well, yeah, she comes home and she's like, oh yeah, I must have missed all those calls. And then she says, I told you I had plans tonight. And he goes, you did? And she said, I don't know, was that someone else?
Oh.
Like that, it's rough. She is checked out.
Yep.
I mean, when we see her on the news, like Austin tells her, I love how you see the world, and she smiles like someone's finally seen her. Like this woman is so lonely, and an impeccable dresser.
Mm-hmm.
That red suit is everything to me.
No, it's funny because, like, I mean, aside from Devin, because we only get the one real scene of Devin, I don't think any of the guys in this movie, I don't think they're trying to make a move on her, but they all, like you said, they all see her.
Yeah, as a person.
Yes. And like Craig can't even comprehend that. Like it just doesn't work for him.
No, when she comes home, she's like, I'm going to be on the TV tonight. The TV people are coming over. You know, I've got plans. You go do your own thing. And he looks her in the eyes and says, you wouldn't be a big TV star if I didn't take you to that cool place.
Oh.
That's kind of like the point of no return for this character, is like you're taking credit for the scariest moment of her life
that you put her in.
That you put her in this. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think also the damage is done here because she tells Craig, you know, I finally had another orgasm and it was in the sewers.
Yeah.
And that leaves him speechless for a moment. But Then she says right after, you know what? I made a deal with Devin. I'm going to go stay in his pool house. And that, yeah, like you said earlier, leads you to the conclusion, maybe the orgasm came from, maybe Devin was the one who found her. Like, we don't know anything about what happened down in those tunnels.
She says, I was alone. I had a realization and then a release. Ooh. And to me, it's like, I was down there and I decided I'm leaving my husband if I ever get out of this.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what it was. And then she tells him, you know, my mom never, it's so on the nose. It's maybe the worst line of dialogue in the movie, but it's because it feels like we don't need her to say this to really communicate it. But she says, you know, my mom never left my narcissistic dad.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't want to get caught in the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think anybody who leaves this movie thinking they were supposed to root for Craig completely watched the wrong film.
Yeah, so Craig at rock bottom returns to the phone store and takes the salesman up on his offer to get him drugs. And the drug of choice he decides on is licking a toad on the floor in the back of the phone store.
The reveal of the mobile phone salesman's rat tail.
Yes, I wrote that down too.
Kind of destroyed me. He says, my name's Tony, but when my hair's down, people call me T-Boy.
Man, the secret rat tail shocked me. I gasped a little bit.
I can't do psychedelics.
Oh, no.
Never done it.
No.
I've thought about it. I know how anxious I am and how depressive I am. There's no chance in hell that I don't either have a bad trip or a shitty trip. Like he has, like he licks the toad and goes, was that too much? Like he immediately is freaking out. That would be me in this scenario. Just can't do it.
I mean, also don't start with the toad licking.
No. No.
Try something else first, brother.
I like that he thinks the $100 is going to get him the whole toad. He's like, how do I feed him? He's like, no, you get one lick. And then he licks this toad from like tip to tail.
He sure does. This kid is so sweet to him too. Like he overpays him and he's like, oh, you gave me too much money. Here's a little pillow. He puts a box down for his head.
He says, I love you.
I'm going to put on some music, turn off the lights, and then I'm going to go eat lunch. I love you. I need to get some Rolos and Red Bull.
When Craig says, sorry, my money smells kind of bad for some reason, again, it's just the little details like that make me lose it.
But he also has to over-explain it. The bank gave it to me and it smells really bad. That's my favorite line.
So during Craig's trip, he imagines some crazy shit, such as going to Subway and having a routine experience ordering from the sandwich artist, Austin.
Paul Rudd looking like Kenny Rogers in a Subway uniform.
I mean, going to Subway is a gamble.
It sure is. It is. You got to know when to hold him.
I loved this scene. I thought this was so smart because you would expect this to be the screaming part of Tim Robinson, right? This is where the insanity breaks out.
Well, it's supposed to be in any other movie. This is the moment where he has a realization and instead it's fucking useless.
Yep. He says, because he comes out of the trip he's having and the drug dealer is like, how long were you in there for? Like 4 or 5 months? He goes, it was like a minute. I went to Subway.
The eatery?
The eatery. And then all this kid could say is, the toad is mysterious.
Man, fucking toad ripped me off. The moment where he says, I actually did a little work for Red Bull. They were so mean to me. So I've been trying to get back into writing, and there are moments where I will watch something and I'll hear a line of dialogue that I love so much that I think, why am I trying? I will never think of putting those words in that sequence. And I don't know why it was that line in particular that made me laugh really hard. But I just was like, why am I even trying to write?
Well, it also like amplifies the nature of this guy where even his clients, the people that he's trying to make a sale from, are even then bullying him too. You know what I mean? Like this guy can't catch a break at his own expense.
So he gets his new phone, and I love this moment. He starts up his new phone. It says, welcome to your new life, and he just like throws it across the room.
No. He smiles and then just immediately decides to throw the phone against the wall.
Yes. Well, because we smash cut to him sleeping in a mostly empty house. He has just a sheet. We've seen multiple times that they have like really nice bed linens, and he doesn't have those anymore.
Yep.
And his takeaway from all of this, from obliterating his own personal life, is this is why guys should have friends, or shouldn't have friends.
Mm-hmm. And so he's having a bad time being separated from Tammy. He's taking up a new job as like a parking attendant.
Yeah.
And he does decide to go to the bar and have that SEAL Team 6 meal.
It's too much food.
It turns out it is too much food. And the whole family reunites at Spaghetti Freddy's for Stevie's birthday.
Spaghetti Freddy's. Jesus.
What a good name. Good name for a fake restaurant. I thought that was funny.
I think that guy went to my high school.
This is, again, one of the few times where you can see him like trying to be an actual person.
Yeah.
When this guy, he bumps into Tammy, like scoots her chair up too hard and like knocks her. And he stands up and says, "You bumped into this lady. I think you should apologize." And the guy goes, "Oh, is that so?" And it's like this big biker looking dude. And he goes, "I'm not scared of you. I bought a van today." And the guy apologizes. And I thought that was really nice. And then he just goes, "We got to get the fuck out of here."
That's absolutely what I would do. Today, I was at Walmart and a guy.
I'm sorry.
I know. That was my first mistake. This guy pushes past me with his cart and turns to his wife and goes, "I guess we got to ram our way through everybody here." And I said, "Fuck you, asshole." And then immediately I found Ashley in the next aisle and I was like, "We got to check out. We got to fucking go."
You need to protect me.
I called the guy an asshole. We got to go home now. I don't care that we've got everything for the soup except for the broth. I'll come back later.
God.
Jesus.
But we cut to them driving home in the van that he bought for Tammy, which makes me wonder, like, did they leave another car at the restaurant? Because she didn't know about the van.
I know. Yeah, he bought her a van because she's been asking for a van because the car they had was too small for her to operate her business efficiently out of. And it's so funny. Craig notices on the way home that Austin has bought his dream car.
Right.
This, of course, midlife crisis vehicle, the Corvette.
That he promised he'd take Craig on a ride in if he ever got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he sees Austin's having this party at his house, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
And another package arrives at his house for Austin. And he decides he's going to return it under the guise of testing out the new van that he's already bought and has already clearly driven.
Oh, no. He says I left. We didn't get candles for Steve's birthday cake. That's what it was. He's going to go back for it.
I thought she said, "You want to take it for a spin? Like you want to test drive it?"
Oh, that too. Yeah, that's her follow up to it. But yeah, it's also Kate Mara is such a good actor because she makes us believe that she's starting to have second thoughts about this guy.
Yeah.
Like she's like, "Have you been working out?" And he says, "No, I just lost a lot of weight because I've been walking all day, every single day. Everybody screams at me. Everybody fucking hates me."
But it is like
he can't help himself.
But it is like a genuine moment of like maybe the spark that they had when they first got together, the first thing she saw in him, because like she does smile. She does like you said, like admire him. And then he kind of does too. He's playful with her, but
he's like, "It's good to have you back in the house."
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they touch each other's abs, which is a thing that I don't know that separated people do.
And it just sucks because he's so close to doing it, but he just can't help but feeling slighted by Austin. So like he gets in the van, he immediately like ruins the transmission in this van, jumping over this speed bump like a racetrack.
Yeah.
And yeah, he crashes Austin's party. He just walks right in. He confronts Austin and his friends.
The hush that falls in the room as he walks in is like genuinely kind of scary. And he tries to like make conversation with everybody. He's like, Zed, I'm double fisting at the party tonight. Mm-hmm. Garrett, I keep thinking so much about your busty daughter. Everybody keeps staring at. It's like of course, like everybody's going to be terrified that you're here.
Yeah, it's just, he's completely lost at this point. And Austin's even like, "Hey man, I got the new car that, I told you I was going to get. Why don't you come out?
Why don't you come outside?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just like, "I need another chance. I need a second chance from you guys. I did one strange thing and I'm toast." I'm like, "No, dude, you did like 75.
Can I stay? I apologized." Yeah.
You did like 75 weird things, man.
You're an intruder. Like you're a home invader right now. You can't just like say like be chill about this.
And he even says like, "Maybe you guys are the bad guys." I'm like, this keeps happening on this show. We keep talking about who's the bad guys.
And the last straw is that they have a new guy. They have a new friend, and his name is Jimp,
which is like jump, but with a U or with an I. I mean,
there you go.
There you go, bud.
Oh God, that's again, that is so specific, and it's so funny to me. But this is where Craig just loses it. He pulls out the gun that he stole and holds everyone at gunpoint.
Scaramanga's golden gun from James Bond. Yeah.
So Austin tries to go for the gun, but it does go off. And in the chaos, Austin falls behind the couch and his toupee falls off. And this is bizarre because I don't know where Craig stands at this point, because he then decides to play up the fact that he's got a gun. He's like, everybody get on the ground. I'll shoot you in the fucking face.
Well, because he enjoys the idea of Austin owing him,
sure,
and Austin and him having a secret. Like earlier, Austin was like, last night is our secret. And he's like, okay, that's my way in. That's my route to friendship.
Yeah.
And this is where I was like, I don't know that I like his screaming and longer form storytelling, because I don't know what it is, but it doesn't feel natural in this scene in the way that
it feels scary.
Well, yeah, it does, but it also kind of just goes on a little too long.
Yeah. Like he uses the guise of him being this crazed man with a gun, which he is.
Garrett, I will blow your fat fucking head off, is what he says. It's terrifying.
He uses that as a way to like wink at Paul Rudd and like tell him, hey, put your toupee back on, then no one will notice. And Austin's like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
And then he hears sirens and he goes, oh, you fucking called the cops? It's like, no, they heard gunfire go off. Someone called the cops.
Right. And he runs straight through the window again.
Dude, him leaping out with his arms by his side out this glass door is very funny to me.
Yeah.
And this is the end of the movie, Nathan. Do you want to tell us what happens at the end of Friendship?
Sure. So the garage door opens and Austin is carrying Craig's limp body out. He's got blood all over his face from jumping through this window. And Craig briefly imagines how the first hang could have gone, with everybody saying, I'll see you again. This was a great time. Really enjoyed having you here. And Craig gets loaded up in a police car, stares at Austin. Austin looks at him and, I think it's up to interpretation whether he really does this, but he winks at Craig as if to say, like, this is our secret. And Craig activates, like he lights up when Austin winks at him. And that is the end of the movie, as though he's going to keep hoping for this friendship to work out.
I'm going to take a stance and I'm going to say, I don't think it is open to interpretation at all. I think this is clearly...
You think he winks at him?
No.
Okay.
I think this is where the movie comes full circle and tells you, no, Craig is deeply in some kind of manic episode. This dude is, this is what I was saying earlier, where I think this kind of recontextualizes the entire movie for me, because I'm wondering now at the end of the movie, my question is less did he wink at him and more of, is this the reality?
How much was real?
Well, is this the thing? Is this how all of their interactions have been in Craig's mind?
Sure.
Like the winking and everything? Or has it really been...
No, he's unreliable. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like this feels like the mom at the end of Requiem for a Dream kind of level of shit.
Yeah.
Like this dude is deeply gone.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy that he was just so close to fixing things with his wife and everything, and maybe could have even rekindled this relationship with Austin and his friends at some point. Maybe.
He can't help himself. He just he has to always take things too far because he can't help himself. It's a fucking bummer.
And of course we go out on Ghost City DJs, my boo. So that's Friendship, fellas. Did we miss any of your notes?
No, I got all my notes out.
Okay.
Mally, did we get all of your notes?
We did.
Okay.
We did. My last note was literally, fuck, I'm only halfway through.
Okay,
no.
Great. Well, let's get over to Prop Cop. So if you've never listened to the show before, Prop Cop is a segment where we're going to look at all of the props, and that can be anything that is physical, tangible in the movie. And we are going to hypothetically take one prop for ourselves, just something we want to own for ourselves as a collection. Nathan, this is your movie, so what prop do you want most from Friendship?
Look, I do a good bit of Shakespeare here and there. I'd like Austin's little Renaissance getup.
I want to see you in that getup. I think that'd be very
I've
fun.
worn something very similar. I'll see if I can find the photos.
I want to see you out of it.
Oh, yeah, brother. Now that's friendship.
Credits.
Mally, what prop do you want most from Friendship?
I like fresh flowers in the house, so I don't know, I'll take one of Kate Mara's bouquets.
Hell yeah. Well, I initially was going to pick the drum kit because I have wanted a drum kit for a while. I've been looking at electric ones for quite some time, but...
It's green, just FYI.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But when I saw that Storms a Coming box, I'm like, you know what? The way life is going right now, I think I may also need to get myself a gun, and I may want to put it in that box.
Yeah,
so
fair enough.
Go ahead and put me up one box. I wouldn't have to buy one, so... There we go.
There you go.
This is what this has done to me. I've now become a guy that's like, maybe I should get a gun.
And a bespoke box for it.
Anyway, let's talk about some of the side characters of this movie, and maybe we could recast them as ourselves. And we're going to go with a bit part, which I have picked from this movie.
Oh.
Hey, man. Nice job, you fucking cock.
So, who should we play in Friendship? I think I want to go first.
Okay.
I want to be the little golf kid that Craig asked to smoke a cigarette with.
Yeah, that's good.
Who do you want to be, Nathan?
Oh, gosh. I want to be the guy that goes by on the little pink animal scooter.
Yep, I knew it. I knew that had to be you. Absolutely. Mally, is there anybody that you want to be in this movie?
Real quick, I just want to point out in the credits, the one thing I do enjoy about this movie, they actually labeled all the PAs. Like, usually it's just like set production assistants. It's like 20 people. They actually listed like first team PA, walkie PA, and then they listed all the additionals too, which is fucking wild. You never see that.
That's awesome. Anyway,
bit part. I mean, there's a good chance there's a dead body somewhere in those sewers. So that.
Okay, the hypothetical dead body of those two. I would not put it past them to put one in there.
Can I give JT a bit part?
Please.
When Craig is sitting there eating the SEAL Team 6 lunch, there's a guy who just comes in and just starts housing his spaghetti. I think that's our guy right there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I think that is Spaghetti Freddy. I think that's him. We found
the titular Freddy.
Well, fellas, the silver lining to Friendship. I want to hear it from you guys. Let's get into it.
Oh, boy. I'll go first.
Please.
Craig's wife almost got back together with him, but she definitely won't now.
Oh,
so
God.
She is free.
I want to see the "we need to talk about Kevin"-esque scene of them having a visit.
Oh my God.
In the jail cell.
He's got like the Hannibal Lecter muzzle.
We need to talk about Craig.
We need to talk about Craig. Mally, what's your silver lining?
I mean, Craig seems like the kind of guy that would probably kill himself in prison, so.
Jesus Christ. He does. To be fair, he does.
Yeah. I would not be opposed to a sequel, Friendship, of just him in jail, just seeing how that plays out.
God, no.
I'm going to say that Paul and his friends are actually safe now from this fucking lunatic.
Sorry, I just discovered, thanks to the credits, that the speed metal song that plays during the movie is called The Lament Configuration.
Yep.
So fuck yeah.
All right, boys. Well, let's say Friendship either left you feeling kind of upset by the ending of it, or in Mally's case, you just were regretting the entire experience. What's a movie you can watch after Friendship to balancing out with our pick-me-up? What do you want to watch?
I'll go with a movie that I watched today with my kid that's coincidentally also starred Jack Dylan Grazer, the 2021 animated film Ron's Gone Wrong, which is also about the power of friendship, and I quite enjoyed it.
Okay. Molly, what are you watching?
Sticking with the power of friendship and Paul Rudd, I'm going to go with the recent film Anaconda.
Oh, yeah. Is that good?
It's so dumb in a great way. We went and saw it on Christmas.
Hell yeah.
Fun.
I can't wait to watch that one. I haven't gotten around to it yet.
It's dumb as fuck, but also I loved every second of it.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Well, I'm going to go with a movie where two guys do become best friends and do some incredible shit. I'm going to go with my favorite movie of that year, RRR.
Hell yeah. That's a great movie.
That movie is all about the power of friendship. So I know the answer already from you, Melly, but Nathan, do you recommend Friendship?
I do. With the caveat that it is not for everybody.
It sure isn't.
It may turn you around on Tim Robinson, or it may confirm all of your deepest held beliefs about him. But yeah, I'd say give it a shot. I enjoy it.
Okay. I'm going to say nothing new here. I fully agree with what you said. I will say, though, if you do enjoy this movie, you mentioned it earlier.
Go fuck yourself.
we do have an episode that you can get exclusively on our Patreon where you and I talk about seasons 1 and 2 of I Think You Should Leave.
That's right.
That is a lot of fun. And you can only get that on our Patreon by signing up today for a 7-day free trial and only $1 a month after that. Patreon.com/Silver Linings Playlist. And if you need any more enticing, I will say by the time this drops, our episode 2 of our RoboCop series on RoboCop 2 just dropped yesterday.
That's right.
Y'all got to work on those titles.
So you can get that.
I think it's the best title we've had yet.
So you can get that. You can get our episode on the first RoboCop movie, and you can get all our episodes on every Ninja Turtles iteration that's been on the small and big screen.
That's
our
right.
16 episode run on Showgirls. Tons of good stuff you can get there. Patreon.com/Silver Linings Playlist. You can also get episodes released early and a bunch of other perks. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, rate, and leave feedback wherever you're listening to us right now. You can also follow us on social media at Bluesky, Instagram, TikTok, and Lemonade, as well as on Reddit, reddit.com/r/Silver Linings Playlist. We also have a website with a bunch of information on it, tslppodcast.com, where you can get in touch with us on our Contact Us form, and you can also email us at the Silver Linings Playlist at gmail.com. And lastly, we do have a free Discord where anyone can join. You can talk to us, you can talk to other fellow fans of the show, talk about whatever. You can do it there.
Mm-hmm.
So next episode is my pick.
Yeah.
And I have a clue for what we're going to be talking about. It's not cheating on your wife if you eat my lemon squares.
Okay.
I gotta tell you. Oh, I just remembered what it is. Okay, yeah. Your lemon squares taste like ass.
Another little clue. This is a franchise we have not talked about.
That's right.
Really?
We've never talked about it. And in fact, I think this may be the only one that qualifies if I really put my mind to it.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So that's it for us for this week. Please tune in 2 weeks from now when we're talking all about lemon squares that taste like ass.
2 weeks.
And recipes oatmeal. And as always, stay curious, listener.
That's what I was going to say, too.
Do you want to say something else? I got others.
No.
Okay.
I'm done.
Hey.
Boy, you should know that I've got you on my mind, your secret admirer. I've been watching you. At night, I think of you. I want to be your baby, baby.
If your game is on, give me a call, boo. If your love is strong, gonna give my all to you.
At night, I think of you.
Hey, it's JT. Thanks for listening to the Silver Linings Playlist. We'll be back for another episode soon. But in the meantime, check out our Patreon for more. Link in the description below. See ya.